Gallade is definitely my favorite Pokemon from this season's move update, and that's mainly because it can reach to those pretty deadly moves in no time at all, so that you can have the upper hand over your opponents with those back-to-back close combats or even Leaf Blades. So now without any further ado, cue the intro. Let's begin today's content with Dugong up in front, followed up by Gallade and Tentacruel. This is looking like a scary team for the entire meta of Great League, and of course this Wigglytuff will struggle a lot against my Tentacruel if they want to switch out at some point. So here comes out the switch, and we will try to catch the Hydro Cannon or the Ice Beam. I don't know what they're doing here on my Tentacruel. Instead they throw Crunch, and that kinda caught me off guard. It doesn't matter though, because we can still have a lot of play here with our poison jabs without spending a shield at all. Even though they can get to those debuffs, we still manage to guarantee the knockout while they want to preserve those two shields for the Wigglytuff, as it seems, or just their third Pokemon, which is this amazing Mr. Mustachio Pokemon. So my Leaf Blade here will most likely one-shot them down, and as it seems my opponent will take that move into that big mustache that they have. So now my Dugong is coming in pretty clutch here, because they cannot clear at this point the debuffs anymore since they have no more Pokemon remaining. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna block once and still keep going at it with those Icy Winds. They realize that they have no chance at all, and we're gonna start off the video with a very good win. Into the next battle now, and we're gonna face a Leaky Tank, which is kind of a core breaker, I guess, under shielding, but still just a very soft one. Even up against our Dugong, they might have the Power Whip, but it is gonna be such a soft and close battle, since we can go ahead and debuff them all the way down. So here comes now another Icy Wind. This will drop them at a very low level of HP, but at the same time one more Power Whip might actually do the trick over here. As it seems though, we can charge up back to the Icy Wind, and then I will try to catch the next Body Slam on my Tentacruel. Doing so, not only we can have the upper hand with Tentacruel over here over Leaky Tank, but also we have banked some crucial energy, at least the debuffing move for the end game. You never know when you might need it. So they bring a Azumarill up against my Tentacruel, and it makes me thinking, what could they have at the very end that was pretty worse, much worse actually than Tentacruel? And the answer is over here, because they got a Talonflame, which is gonna struggle furthermore against my Pokemon, and of course they're gonna go down in the process, so they back out pretty early. Into the next battle now with that Cradily up in front. Of course we need to go for that Ice Wind, but they still manage to catch on Skeledirge. What we want to do here is to come into the battle definitely with our Tentacruel, because we can resist those disarming voices and that Incinerate, while Shadow Ball is gonna be the only real move that can hurt us. I was counting the moves at this point, and I was expecting the disarming voice, so I'm just gonna go for the maximum amount of energy and try to snipe them down with the Scald. They still have those two shields remaining, and trust me when I say this, on Great League that Sludge Wave absolutely saved me so many times, even up against other water type Pokemon. So Blizzard can always be a very good option for the Flyers, but Sludge Wave in general for Great League is gonna help you a ton. So knowing now that they have a Poliwrath at the back, I might let that next move go through, and we managed to survive, even though I was not expecting me to do, because look at that, absolutely gonna get now that victory with the amazing farm down that those Psycho Cats can do. However, Poliwrath now has so much energy to spare, and I'm just praying over here that they do not have at all a Scald ready to go. We managed to survive that Icy Wind, and here comes an amazing victory for our team once again. So Carping is a Pokemon that we are basically not afraid that much with this team, but since we are an Ice type, we are still gonna switch out to our Tentacruel. So with Tentacruel coming in, they follow with that Shiftry, which is not that great for them, I guess. I don't know what they were thinking, perhaps that was a misclick. It all depends on what the third Pokemon might be. So here comes now another move that I want to respect for that Leaf Blade, at least, because because it can be kinda fatal to me and I want to have the upper hand over that Garbage eventually. So Rock Slide is coming up, we can definitely survive this. So here comes now my Scald, which is gonna take out the remaining HP that they have. As it seems, that was definitely a misclick from my opponent, which is kinda unfortunate, but still I believe that Gallade could have had the upper hand no matter what because of how good it can be on the spamming option. So Doom now is gonna go into the battle, and since we are full HP and they have Sludge Wave remaining, well, we're just gonna take the victory no matter what up against this opponent. Skarmory now is a pretty neutral lead for us, and we're just gonna keep going at it with those debuffs and the Ice Winds. As you can see, this is so neutral that it can go both ways, and of course we're just gonna go at it with more Ice Winds as much as we can because we want to take less damage every now and then. But at some point we will try to switch out to our Tentacruel because this is a pretty safe Pokemon for the entire meta of Great League, at least as it is of right now. So here comes now Whiskas. We can safely take one Mud Bomb safely. We survive with 1 HP or so, but still that next Scald will connect for the debuff and about of 50% of total damage. This is absolutely great for us, not the damage because a single Leaf Blade will still do the work here, but at the same time we can go ahead and overfarm a lot at the point that we almost have a double Leaf Blade on our Gallade. Here comes the first one to finish them off, and now with Dragonair at the very end, I'm not baiting at all. They have one shield, but still the close combat is imminent, able to snipe through the shield, and down goes the whole HP out of the Dragonair. Not only that, after that we win the race to the farm down with our Dugong up against the Skarmory in the return of the leaders, and we managed to get a solid victory for us. So Annihilate now is a very bad lead for our Dugong, but hopefully the backline can somehow handle it, because here comes now Tentacruel, but we need to block the following Shadow Ball. We block the correct move, but to be fair, my opponent has the upper hand now because this can only be a drill run and we cannot block at all. Perhaps we needed to block, but I cannot risk getting out of here with 0 shields while I still have Shadow Gallade for my closing part. So at this point I'm just gonna keep going at it with those Ice Shards because I want to farm down as soon as possible, and knowing that this Annihilate is coming in, immediately I will switch out to my Gallade. So as it seems, this Lickitung now will stand on the higher ground because of how good it can be offensively, and of course that lick damage is gonna destroy down our defenses. Close combat now is just gonna one-shot down the lick Pokemon, and now we got the Leaf Blade on the end. Unfortunately for us though, they can easily farm down here and we cannot get to a couple of moves, so only one Ice Wind will go through, and of course right after we can get almost the one shot with that Shadow Ball. I'm not sure if we could have had a different outcome with a drill run, but still it is only up to you to decide on the comment section, so feel free to roast me down. Into the final now, trainers, and we're having that Bastiodon up against us, which is definitely a bad lead even though we have access to a ground move. On the switch we're meeting up with a Victory Bell, and I have a feeling that they messed up because over here we managed to get both of them shields out of play, and even if this is a standard toxic team with a double Razor Leafer or a Wigglytuff at the very end, we can somehow guarantee the double knockout on the very late game with our Shadow Gallade because we still have 2 shields remaining. So Stone Edge is coming up, we're just gonna take that move relying completely on Shadow Gallade for that amazing closing part, but instead of having a complete toxic team, here comes out of nowhere a Shiny Medicham. This is a Pokemon that I haven't seen in a while in action in Open Great League, so here comes with its standard team with Bastiodon and Victory Bell, the original Grasshole team, and of course we can go ahead and push so much to its limits those HP levels that they have with a back-to-back Leaf Blade. Not only that, but we get out of here with a close combat, which is definitely gonna one-shot down the remaining HP that Bastiodon is having to close this video with an amazing victory. Before you go though, as always, leave a huge like, subscribe to the channel, and over here I have 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will catch you up later into the next one.